Well met.
Do you like to play with fire?
The battle!
Boys, look who it is!
Hey guys, just another little bit of a video while I wait for a friend to call me back. Gonna go over some more cards. Snipe, good card, good control, takes care of almost everything. I love Direwolf Alpha. It's probably one of my favorite common cards. Betrayal's not a card I see used a lot, but I have a feeling that like rogues could really capitalize on how good it is. Actually, while we're here, let's add Defiance Ringleaders to this deck. So I can call it Reynard Rogue. A la Broloth. Because I'm adding my own little flair to it. Oh, I have a ooh, golden Defiance Ringleader looks good. I think I'm gonna have to craft another. Get out of my face! Yeah. Oh yeah, crocodile, Crocoboy. Where is it? Yeah, you can get out of there, common Defiance Ringleaders. We got these golden Defiance Ringleaders, so good. Okay, where was I? Ah, yes. Oh, legendary. Oh, look at that! If I didn't have a Jiraxxus, I would have gotten a Jiraxxus. I actually want to show off a deck real quick. It's a concept I'm working on. It's not done yet, I don't think, but I might test it a little bit. I like to call it the Miracle Paladin. Let's see here if I can get it going. Listen, Innkeeper, I'm tired of your bull. It's really loud and it smells.
Uther, perfect, Malfurion.
I must protect.
I
will fight with honor.
So I'll kind of go over the deck. It's control early. You're not an early game card. It's a control. It's control, as you can tell by my equality. I might have to craft a second golden equality too. It looks very nice. It Can I spam the Innkeeper like I can my friends? No, I can't. The Innkeeper's like, I'm tired of bullshit. So, Blessed Champion plays a big part of the deck. The whole point of the deck is to control the board. Play decent enough creatures. Ooh, I've rarely gotten a good use out of this card. So we'll go Flaboom.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
You can if you try hard enough. What was I saying? Uh-oh. 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 Yikes.
For justice. For justice.
I don't know what to do. I won't do anything. I'll just play it. I don't think this deck has any slimes. So to get a big... It's to control the board, play regular cards that, you play. Oof, in the face. No. No Mangusta. Okay, no, I'll consecrate and then swing into it, right? Yeah, I'll do that.
Justice.
So I get to kill them. I'm down to 20. Not too disparaged. Play creatures to get... Oh, and you're going to charge into my face. Oh, and you're going to buff them. Whackity-schmackity-doo. There's more damage I'm going to take. I'm down to 12. Control the board as best you can until you can get an 8 cost or higher minion on the board for 1 turn, unabated. Don't. Oh, you just don't even care. This AI is kicking my butt. Do I risk it? No, I'm gonna play you.
I have no time for games.
Yikes. Well, 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 wow, 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 wow. What do we want to do here? I mean, I
Let none
guess...
survive.
I don't have any silences, though, and I don't think I have any Defenders of Argus, so getting this thing would be a waste of time. Oh, but no, okay. I'm good.
I've got the beast in
Whew.
my sight.
Scary, scary. And then, well, you know what? Even if you do get unsilenced, you're not doing anything. And you know what? I'll even kill you, because I know the AI is going to do some crazy stuff with you later.
Reporting for
Like, you know, whatever it feels like. Aww. And you got rid of her. So he didn't mind control anybody. At least I still got you, right? No! Little buddy! Oh! I need to get something out on the board. I'm taking this damage and it hurts. Alright, there we go. Heart of the cards, right? Give me that health. I'm back in the game.
reporting for duty.
And another one? I mean, I could kill it. It's just, gosh. Killing me. Killing me, Malfurion. You're killing me. Okay, I like that. Let's do that. We'll do this just to see what happens. Maybe if I'm lucky, all 8 will hit him. No, not that lucky. Maybe 2 more will hit him? Yeah, and then we'll follow the rules. Vengeance. Oh, he's gonna Starfire him in the face. This Druid's controlling the board, I tell you. Boy, I tell you what. This Druid. And a Panther. And a Panther. Ugh. Hitting him was kind of a waste, I think, because I'm just gonna not trade with him. Psych! Watch, all my big cards are at the bottom.
Reporting for duty.
Another shapeshift, Malf. Come on now. Come on now. Drawing some cards, I see. You just love him. Listen, I know he silenced both your dudes, but Shimon. There we go. This is how we do it. That was a mistake. 100% a mistake. So I got her in here. She's one of my 8 costs because I like her whelplies, right? Kind of scares your opponent into being like, "Oh, to use an AoE," and then they kind of run out of mana because they accidentally AoE'd instead of kind of focusing her. But this is the game, right? Right. This is game. It doesn't matter if you do that. So what I do is I get an 8 cost out just for 1 turn. 1 turn's all it takes, and then on turn it has to be on turn 9 though. 9 or 10. It can't be on turn 8. So I wouldn't have dropped like an 8 cost here. But then you double her health once. You double her health twice. And then because this is just, you know, whatever, because it's the AI. Boom! You hit him for 32 damage. It's kind of the deal. There's not as many. I don't think there are any Holy Lights. I don't know if there's any Lay on Hands, which I know are kind of important for Paladin control. Level 30. Would like anything very nice. Oh, cool. Thanks for that card. Listen, this doesn't say destroy minions in play mode. It says destroy 40 minions. I've destroyed well over 40 minions, but I guess we'll get back to everything. Back to what we were initially planning on doing. But yeah, that's my Miracle Paladin, because if you can get that, if you can let that... It's not really Miracle Paladin, because it requires something on the board, whereas most, like, quote-unquote Miracle decks don't require anything on the board, most Wombo combos. But I like it, because I like just the... There's enough 8 costs in there that are fairly easy to get out, that if your opponent's like, oh boy, I'm gonna kill you, and then I drop a second one, they're like, okay, I guess I'll drop another one, and then I drop another one, and they're like, geez, okay, and then finally I have 1 left, just long enough. I got, you know, there's the 3/3s, the 2/2s with Divine Shield, like, they kind of help protect the board as well. But then they're just like, okay, I guess whatever, and then I'll let him sit out this 1 turn. I wish I had lower cost silences. I may have to put silences in the deck, because if one you know, Senjin Shield Master, Golden Coleman, one, you know, lame Goldshire Footman just completely destroys the whole thing. But Silence, I like it. I like using it with cards that you don't really think of. Flesh Eating Ghoul, I feel, could be a lot better if you just had 4 to 5 more, like 4 to 5 health. If you had 4 to 5 health instead of 3, I think he'd be a really good fun card to play. Cold Light Arc, you know, staple in every Murloc deck. How overwhelming, sometimes underused, and then Earthshock I love. I love the Silence Prior, it's just so fun. Hyena, good, good, good. Ice Lance, not very often used. I see it used a lot in arenas, especially if you can pick a ton of them, but Wild Pyramids are so fun, especially with a Priest deck, because you can heal him. Frost Elemental, again, it's one of those cards. It's okay in an arena. It's just, you know, the freeze is kind of meh. Oh, I love Ravenhold Assassin. I built a deck out of my Shaman with Ravenhold Assassin because he's an easy card to get out one turn, and he would be decent in the Wombo combo deck that I built. He's just 1 health short. Druid of the Claw is an amazing card. Young Dragonhawk, I see the AI drop it a lot, but I don't see lots of players using it. I like using Sense Demon to put Illidan in your hand with like a not very demon-y deck. Freezing Trap. It's decent if you can get someone with it, like a good card with it. Like if you've got it down and they, you know, they beta and they like King Crush swing, like nope, that King Crush is never getting played again. But I mean, it's kind of hard to pull stuff up like that. Epic Farsight. Oh man, Farsight I think is a totally underrated card because people think of it as like a 3 for 3. Like, well, who cares? I mean, instead of playing Farsight and then on turn 5 and then drawing a Bloodlust and then playing the Bloodlust, I could have just drawn the Bloodlust earlier if I not having Farsight in there and then played it on turn 5. That's not what that's not what the point is. The point is to coin into a Farsight on turn 2 and draw a Bloodlust, and now you've got a 2-cost Bloodlust for the rest of the game. You know, you've got a 6-cost Ragnaros for the rest of the game. No, 5. He's an 8/8 for 8. You've got a 5-cost Malagos in your hand on turn 2 forever. That is nuts. Now, of course, if you, I mean, even if you draw a 1 to 3 cost card, or like a 1 or 2 cost card, that's still a free cast card. Where your opponent, like, oh, he's got no mana, I'm safe. Wham! Thunderstorm for free! Like, Malagos, Thunderstorm for free! It is a good card. I think it's underrated, and I love it. And I love Fairy Dragon. I wish there were more cards that couldn't be the target of hero powers abilities. I think it'd be cool to, I mean, in my my fan-made Burning Crusade that I made, I'm glad people like my Fel Reaver, the 9/3 for stealth that I made. In my fan Burning Crusade set I made for fun. And it's kind of like an exercise in balancing. I think one of the cards, I wanted to focus the theme of the deck on Enrage, as opposed to adding like a new mechanic, a new card text modifier, right? So a lot of the cards have Enrage. One of them, I think, yeah, Ghost Rider of Karabor is a 4/3 for 3 with Enrage, cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers. Because when he comes out on the board, he's fair game for anything. But if he takes any damage and survives, he can no longer be targeted by spells or hero powers for the rest of the game. That's just my own design of ooh, a golden rare gold mind control tech. I'll sure use that a ton. Mind control tech used to be OP, because it used to just be swap, period. It doesn't matter. It wasn't a, yeah, it was a swap. Swap this with a card your opponent controls. It doesn't matter how many they have on the board. Ooh, I like the golden version of this card. I think it's one of the best golden versions. Besides, ooh, I love Sword of Justice. Great card, because it's just like every turn you're pumping out 2/2s. You know, your Owl's a 3/4, a 3/2. You know, your Dire Valve is a 3/3. It just makes certain cards really hard to deal with, especially those 4 health creatures or those 3 health creatures that become 4 and 5 health creatures. Like, ooh, I mean, I think that Flesh Eating Ghoul would be good combined with a Sword of Justice, because he's now a 3/4, a little harder to kill Ooh, Golden Mortal Strike. That's a cool looking little art there. I like that. I really love the Golden Ventricle Mercenary too. Temple Enforcer is good because he's board presence by prolonging the life of any creature you currently have, and then being a 6/6 for 6 is just a beefy card. I'm gonna have to put him in my Golden Druid of the Claw. I'm gonna have to put him in my 4/5 deck. Maybe sub out my Cairn. Perdition's Blade good. I think I talked about all these. Battle Rage, I don't know. Battle Rage is a weird card for me because it was so bad, right, that they buffed it. Before it was draw a card for each damaged minion is what it was. Draw a card for each damaged minion, and they were like, that's not good enough, so let's buff it. Draw a card for each damaged character, and then that 2 extra draw that it was virtually guaranteed made it OP. So they go, alright, let's nerf it now, and I can only imagine the mindset was, let's nerf it so that it's not as good as it is now, but still better than it was. And this doesn't do that. It's now worse than before. But that's just me. That's just what I think. I love it, Master, especially in Mage Priest decks, because in Priest decks and in Sword of Justice decks. Weaponsmith, I love it. Ravenhold Assassin, we talked about. Explosive Trap's a great control card because it's pretty much a consecrate that your opponent has to activate, but your opponent's never not going to activate it. So if their board is loaded up and you're like, oh, Explosive Trap, they're gonna set it off. Blessing of Wisdom I've seen used sneakily by putting it on your opponent's card, and whenever they swing, you draw a card. And then Sorcerer's Apprentice is either a staple in a lot of certain decks or just not used at all. Ooh, Shield Slam. We saw that get buffed. I think it was a 2 cost at one point. I like Repentance because it can really mess up like Jiraxis. I think the Whisk could see some more play because a 1/1 for 0 back in MTG days was probably nuts. Like even the Signal Pest was like a 1 cost, I think. Yeah, the Signal Pest was a 0/1 for 1 with whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked except by creatures with flying. So if you had 2 Signal Pests out and you swung with both, they each got +1/+1, so they were each 1/1s. If you had like a 1/1 out and then 2 Signal Pests and you swung with all 3, that 1/1 becomes a 3/1 and those 2 Signal Pests become 1/1s. But yeah, a 0 cost 1/1 is pretty good. Just not in this game. Common, rare, common, common, common. Violet Teacher I think could be fun too, especially later on once the meta evolves more and more sets come out. If there's more spells that people have it to their advantage. Like it's also a 5 cost and it's a 3/5. I might put this in my priest deck because I got some spells in there that would just kind of pumping out those 1/1s is always fun. She's also good if a Knife Juggler can kind of survive a turn. I think Unbound Elemental is the best 3 cost in the game. I think it's better than Harvest Golem because it trades so well. Mirror Entity is another good card because if they put out a creature that they're not prepared to deal with, then they have to deal with it. A-Bomb's good because it's kind of like a Consecrate that your opponent has to activate. And even if they silence it to try to kind of ignore that, it's still a 4/4. Savagery is a sad card because it was so broken before. Because it used to be deal damage equal to your hero's attack to everything. And so you'd be like Claw, Bite, Savagery, just like wipe the board, and then that dealt damage to me, and then you swung into me. But now I just don't think it's good. I just don't think it sees much use. If you could alarm a bot into a Doom Guard, boy howdy. All cards we discussed. Kidnapper's weird because it's really weak and the combo is not that great. I don't know. It's hard to pull a combo off for 6 mana. I only got 1 legendary. Oh well. Well, I'm about. We just talked about him. I think Mad Bomber's also awesome. I think I had a deck that used Mad Bomber a lot. Is it this deck? Yeah, this deck has Mad Bomber in it. So here, I'll show this deck off then, I guess. I got some new cards. So I got Shiny Druid of the Claw, Shiny Humility from getting level 30, Shiny Betrayal, cool, Shiny Mortal Strike, and then another shiny card here. Who did I get? Oh, Shiny Goblin Mechatork. Or Mind Control Tech. Let's disenchant all this. Okay. I'll show off the Shaman deck and see if I can kind of show you what it's supposed to do.
Versus Malfuria.
I must protect the wild.
For Doomhammer.
So this deck kind of relies on your opponent controlling your totems more than really anything else. They're not really gonna pay much mind to... Like, they're gonna want to deal with your totems really hardcore. Now here we're gonna try to Heart of the Cards. A spell totem, we didn't get it, so instead we'll zap zap and take him out. If we had gotten our Heart of the Cards and we pulled out a spell totem, I would have not had to use my silencing totem. Now here's not a lot we can do, but I am going to try to get another totem. We didn't get it, so first I'm going to silence him and then swing in so I don't have to deal with that 3-1. Or the 2-1 rather.
Where shall I
Oh, they changed the noise for him so it's not as funny. Probably hex that.
get in there and fight, maggot?
If you take this out, then this just makes me sad. One of my biggest problems with the AI is it does that a lot. And again, I'm just like, yeah, sure, deal with my totems. I don't care. I'm safe. Uh-oh, that's no bueno. Let's see here. Let's hope we get lucky. We did. 5 damage, 4 to 5 damage to everything. Oh, there goes my board. But again, he used his board clear to take out 1 minion. Because these guys are coming right back. I have her in here to kind of heal up because I felt that this deck was kind of lacking in self-heals just later on. For the most part, it was okay. And I'm going to get rid of this guy even though the rock biters are kind of part of the deck. I kind of needed to get rid of him, but I'll definitely have to save on to this one. Yikes!
Wanna blow something up?
Yeah, a lot of the AI usually gets rid of that really fast. Silences that. Gives them all +1/+1. Good move. So I'm going to Chain Lightning. I'm going to do this first. Ooh.
I've got the beast in my sight.
And that's how you deal with that. Little Heart of the Cards action with some extra spell powery sparkleness. You can swing into him because it's 0, yeah. Then we'll draw again. I don't have any weapons in this deck, so no big deal. Now his hand's empty. Normally I wouldn't waste a board clear on 2 creatures, and I'm not going to because I drew this card, but...
Gotcha.
But if I had to... Oh, I forgot to swing. If I had to, I would have, just because he has no cards. There's really nothing he can do to respond to me.
Where shall I strike?
Gonna trade? Or are you gonna do this? Trade? Do this. Oh, you're just gonna pick on weak creatures that can't help themselves. Whatever. A jerk. I'll trade though. So I'm not a huge jerk like you are. So as you can tell, I've got this Wind Fury in my hand and I've got this Rockbiter weapon. It's for doing stuff like this. That's basically the deck. I've got Ravenholt Assassin in here because he's so good at just kind of hanging back, and then all of a sudden, boom! Flame Tongue Totem, Flame Tongue Totem, that's 4 mana. He's got +4. Now he's at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 5. And then Wind Fury, and then for another 1 or 2 mana. Wait, was Wind Fury 1 or 2? Let's double check. For 2 mana, that's 6. So he's an 11-5 for 6. And then you're like, Rockbiter Weapon for another 2 mana. So now he's an 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 with Wind Fury. That's 34 damage. Wham! Wham! Dead. That's the point. But you can do that. There's a lot of really powerful cards in there with decent enough board control. You can do that with literally any card. I think if there's Bloodlust in there as well for when the totems just stack.